What's going on, everyone? It's Mike back again, and Everton have recorded their second consecutive away draw away at Leeds. A result that, look, it's not a terrible result. Leeds have been playing fairly well. They've got pace in the team, they've got energy, and you saw that tonight. They've also got options off the bench. So, in hindsight, it's not a terrible point. The thing that's frustrating about it, and we'll go into this, is Everton, look, you can say that Leeds had more possession. They probably had more chances. But actually, in terms of clear-cut chances, I don't know if I'd argue that Everton had more. Everton had the ball in the net twice. Demarai Gray was adjudged to be offside. I don't understand this offside rule anymore. But there is a lot of people that are criticising the decision. Look, if it's offside, it's offside. If it's not, it's not. It's gone past the point of me understanding what the green and red lines mean at this point. So I find the decisions like that just literally, it's like flipping a coin, heads or tails. I don't understand it. That would have made it at that point Everton back in the game, 2-1 up. I think we'd have won the game. A bit further on in the second half, about 80th minute, 83rd minute, Patterson gets the chance of a lifetime, and he doesn't just get the chances in. He should score. He could pass. He could pass. I think Demarai Gray is standing in the middle of the box waiting for the ball, and he will make it 2-1. Honestly, it was absolutely criminal by Patterson, and I'm not going to sit here and criticise him. You know, he's a very, very young, talented right back who no doubt will get better in age. So I'm not going to sit here and crucify him for it. But Everton really could have done with 3 points. With 5 games into a season, we haven't won a game, and that is incredibly alarming at this point. Bearing in mind that we've got the Merseyside derby, we've got Arsenal, I think it is, coming up, then a difficult home game against West Ham. This Everton side not picking up results against teams like Leeds, like Nottingham Forest at home. They will in the end cost you. They will in the end cost you. And 3 points from 5 games. You know, defensively, we're only conceding a goal. Literally, we're only conceding a goal. But not having that striker really is costing us. I'm going to criticise Lampard as well. Because, again, he makes no changes today. This team absolutely ran their legs off against Brentford. And then they've had to run the entire game against Leeds. I mean, they must have been absolutely knackered, some of these players. So, yeah, not thrilled about that, to be honest, because, again, I don't understand, and I said the same, and I would say the same in the last game against Brentford. Why is he not making that substitution, that McNeil for Rondon sub? We know Rondon's not brilliant, but what he does is he holds the ball, he keeps it in that third. McNeil, in that second half, I'd love to see what his pass completion rate was, because the amount of times he gave the ball away or tried to beat a man and couldn't do it was appalling. The guy has played 5 or been involved in 5 games this season. And I'm still waiting to see anything majorly constructive. Yes, fair enough, he won the ball back. He battled for the ball. He battled on the right-hand side tonight. No doubt about it. But this quality, this wonder kid that was ranked at £35 million 2-3 seasons ago, you know, linked with Manchester United, linked with us, it's not there. Like, it isn't there. This guy that got 1 assist last season is there. Alex Iwobi, who let's be straight, has been awful for a long time. This season already has 2 assists, and again he got fortunate tonight. The ball is won back. Alex Iwobi gets it into his feet. He plays a lovely ball through the middle. The Leeds defender should get it. I think it's Stoico Llorente. He should get it. He doesn't. He makes a mistake. Anthony Gordon runs onto it, scores, makes it 1-0. Fine. Really, really good. The second half, it was like we played yesterday. We had no legs, we had no energy. We were giving the ball away really sloppy, and Lampard did absolutely nothing to try and change it. He didn't try and bring on an extra midfielder, or he didn't try and, stop the fullbacks pressing, or he didn't try and bring on a striker. He did nothing. And look, I'm all for supporting Lampard. I'm not one of these Evertonians that are Lampard out. I'm not. I am. I support Lampard. But again, tonight, I question what he's doing, because there is players in that team that could come on. There is, the midfield, for example. McNeil could have gone off. Rondon could have come on. It could have been a Mills or a Warwick. Somebody just to add a little bit of freshness, a little bit of legs, because what was abundantly obvious is Leeds had more energy, and we did nothing to counteract that today. Absolutely nothing. And these players have ran their backsides off for the best part of, say, 190 minutes, including extra time, over the last 2 games, whatever it is, 185 minutes, whatever. These players would be absolutely cream-crackered going into a derby game. It doesn't make sense to me. And then when you got on top of the fact that, Neil Maupay was registered on Friday, but wasn't able to play today because Monday doesn't class as a working day. I'm even tired thinking about how much Everton players have ran tonight. Like, Leeds could have won tonight, but equally so could we. We definitely had the chances to win, and we didn't necessarily have the possession. Leeds had all the possession, they had all the ball, and if they were more clinical, I'm sure they could have cut us open a little bit more, but they weren't. They were not. I think you've seen a little bit of a dip in Leeds' form recently, not beating, I think it was Fulham, then obviously the weekend, then tonight. They haven't really took advantage of that start that they had, which I think was 2 straight wins or something. So, look, for Everton, I'd argue it's 2 points dropped. I know people will say we're not great at home. We've won 1 game in 19 away from home. That is appalling when you think of the teams that, come up. Shocking. And we've got to start finding a way of being more clinical. Neil Maupay, I don't think, is the answer, and I'm not going to sit here and stop pretending that I think he is. I don't think he's going to add much going up front. I actually think Rondon is arguably better at holding the ball up than Maupay. So I don't know what that's going to do. What the transfer window needs to look like for me is Ladrissa Garnegay coming in, or a holding midfielder who is capable of having that energy. 33 years old. Now, hopefully he's still got that energy, still got that legs, that driving force in midfield. I think we still need another striker. And I would argue we do need some form of creative player, because Dwight McNeil isn't it. He isn't it. Anthony Gordon's decision-makings at times today isn't it. Onana was fantastic, I thought. Onana was everywhere. I thought Iwobi got bossed a little bit. He was trying. Like, for example, in the second half, he does a step over and loses the ball. I think it was to Koch or someone, whoever come on for Leeds. These are the decisions that as a centre midfielder you can't do. Whereas a winger, he'd got away with it. As a centre midfielder in your own half, you can't. So you put Everton under pressure. The general clearances from Mikalenko tonight, his headers were literally going straight to Leeds players. Instead of having that little bit of composure, take it down, hit it with a left or right foot volley or something, he's just heading it. There might be no one around him, he's just heading it. So that needs to work on. Jordan Pickford, I'll be straight with you. He's absolutely scaring the life out of me this season, because he's coming for crosses that he's getting nowhere near. We saw it in the first half. We saw one where he just about gets up. Obviously, there was incident with Rodrigo, and we hope Rodrigo gets well soon. Looks like a dislocated shoulder, arm, elbow, something like that. And we wish him the best, obviously. But yeah, today I think Everton, you take a point. You absolutely take a point. I'm fairly happy with a point. But do I think we could have won the game? Yes. Do I think Leeds would argue that they could have won the game? I suspect they would. Do I think Everton could have won the game? Absolutely. I think there was especially them 2 chances, but I think they were solid enough. But I think Leeds fans would also argue that Gelhardt's on the turn that just goes wide. I think that would be one. I think the header where the two Leeds lads go up for it at the same time, if they put that on target, you could argue that that's a decent chance for them. But the killer chance for me was the Patterson one, because no matter what, he should be scoring that. And then, again, I'm not going to crucify him, but he either should be scoring or passing, and something should be happening. Tamari Gray being offside by a shoulder, I have no idea anymore. But if the rule is that it's meant to be more on the favour of the attacker these days, and Rashford, for example, last week is not offside, I don't understand why he's offside today. But I don't pretend to sit here and understand the rules anymore. I give up on the Premier League and the FA in terms of rules, corruption, or any. I don't know. Like I just expect it to be wrong. You know, a friend of mine said today, and I really hope he watches this, but the Premier League is like a Ferrari without a driver. Do you get what I mean? Like, it's quick and everyone looks at it and they think, oh, yeah, but honestly, it is nothing going on in the middle. It's clueless. It's just a mess. So, yeah, I don't know. I don't know how I feel, but what I do know is we go into a Merseyside derby at the weekend. Again, 12:30 on a Saturday, having not made a substitution tonight. I'm not feeling at ease about it. I'm not going to sit here and pretend I am. Everton have to have an absolutely sensational deadline day. That's that. Guys, I'm leaving it there. Thank you ever so much for your support as always. Hit the like button and subscribe. Peace.